And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Saudi eFootball Rumble. I am your host, Stuart Wesley, and we are back with another titanic battle of two eFootball titans. It is GuiFera versus Indominator. It is Brazil versus the Netherlands in the Saudi eFootball Rumble. Again, if you've not been keeping up to speed with the eFootball Rumble, fear not, ladies and gentlemen, because we have got the information here for you. It is a $3,000 prize pool, and it is the best of 3 in each game. If you win 2, you are through. And as we will see, both players here will gear up to try and take home some of that prize pool. As we'll see the game booting in shortly.
Hello everybody and welcome to
As you'll see, it will be GuiFera from left to right, and it will be Indominator from right to left. These two no strangers to each other within eFootball circles, as we'll see as we start off the game here. Very, very fast-paced start. But it will be cleared away from goal here. It's going to be up to Lionel Messi. He's going to try and find a through ball. Instead, Thiago Silva will intercept that ball, and GuiFera will try and bring that back the other way. It is GuiFera in the red, and it is Indominator in the black, as you'll see on your screens if you are trying to keep up. There's Sergio Ramos to clear it away for Indominator. Rijkaard onto Messi, onto Hullet. Hullet looking for movement ahead. Ball goes back to Edgar Davids. Rijkaard. Patrick Vieira will go to clear that one away, and he will do, but it's not the most convincing of clearances from the Frenchman. Here's João Cancelo. Patrick Vieira. Nesta. Over to Beckenbauer. GuiFera looking to just build up from the back here. A little bit more patient. Or patience will be needed by the Brazilian as Neymar tries to bring that one down. Sergio Ramos will clear it away. And Indominator will look to try and get the ball and keep it quite early on. We know from seeing Indominator in previous tournaments, in previous games so far, over the course of this eFootball season, he'll be looking to impose as well. Neymar will find the ball into the back post, and João Cancelo will find the lead. He's onside. It's a brilliant ball in from GuiFera. Neymar got the wrong side of his defender. Ramos didn't track him. Beautiful ball in, and it is a neat diving header at the back post by João Cancelo. And GuiFera has a 1-goal lead. And all the more precious will that football be now for Indominator. He'll need to get the ball back, and he will need to get it back quickly. And he will look to try and get back into this game. But it's a fantastic start for GuiFera. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. GuiFera will now maybe look for a second here, but he will know the trials and tribulations he will go through here to try and get that second. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. He plays it onto Cancelo. Messi can't get away from Edgar Davids. He'll play it forward to Johan Cruyff. Cruyff over to Ruud Hullet. Hullet to Van Nistelrooy. Back to Hullet. Over to Kaka. Kaka. Through ball into Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy looking across the box. Vieira gets the touch away. It's back towards Lionel Messi! 1-1. Lionel Messi equalises for Indominator. And that is a fantastic response. It needed to be quick. Got a little bit of luck there with the knock away by Patrick Vieira. It rested very kindly for Ruud Van Nistelrooy. He managed to lay off to Lionel Messi. And boom goes the dynamite. 1-1. Action-packed first 20 minutes of what is potentially 3 games of eFootball here. Here's Hullet down to Kaka. Ball is cleared away by João Cancelo. Ruud Hullet wins it back. Finds Puyol. Which gets it back from Nesta. Plays the ball forward to Ruud Hullet. Hullet. In towards Edgar Davids. Davids to Rijkaard. Rijkaard to Messi. In towards Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Ball is cleared away. The ball has gone for a corner. Not really well dealt with there by Indominator. Could have done a little bit more with it. Instead, you get a second bite of the cherry. Instead, Vieira will lead it away. GuiFera in the red looking to deploy players at will here on this counter-attack. Neymar forward towards Lionel Messi. He's got players in support if he can find one. Turns back on himself. Messi to Neymar. Neymar looking to dribble in field. He's got the additional press as Indominator there. You'll see those 2 arrows They'll indicate that additional press there. Messi to Mbappe. Mbappe to Cancelo. Really good patience from GuiFera. Double touch pass. It's ricocheted kindly to Mbappe. On towards Messi. Messi takes the strike. And there will be an offside flag. Just offside there is Lionel Messi. Just to remind you, of course, this is the semi-final, or one of the semi-finals within the Saudi eFootball Rumble. Of course, we will have footage and coverage of the second one once it has been played. But right now, the focus here is GuiFera, former world champion, Indominator, a legendary Dutch player, as we'll see here as Messi gets in on goal, plays it across to Cancelo again, and GuiFera showing that quality in the final third, recovers the ball and shows that little bit of championship DNA that we know so well from GuiFera. Gets the neat cut across. Cancelo on the double, and he's there to put his team back in the lead here. 2-1. GuiFera showing that character to get back into the game. Will he find himself a third one here? The goalkeeper's come and slid out for it, and instead it's been cannoned away. Here's Johan Cruyff trying to play it forward. Instead, Lionel Messi will try and get the ball back, and Indominator has to find a way forward here. He's going to have to do something special to just unnerve GuiFera, because at the moment it is GuiFera with the lead. As we know all too well within eFootball, once you have the lead, it is more so down to your mistakes that it will come to potentially relinquishing that lead. And Indominator will know that if he can force an error from GuiFera. Here's Van Nistelrooy onto Ruud Gullit looking in field, and Beckenbauer will clear it away. Neymar. The ball is intercepted here. It's Indominator. Can he find a way forward? It's Messi. And it's Vieira to clear it away once more. Cancelo to Pedri. Back to Cancelo. Nearing on the opening half here. Or the conclusion of the opening half. As we'll see here, ball goes back in. Messi goes to control strike. It's bounced up and looked a little bit kindly. Instead, Schmeichel will come away with that one. Here's Mbappe. Messi. GuiFera looking to maybe sneak one more goal in, or one more opportunity in before the half. Sergio Ramos will clear. Is Cruyff. When Indominator get it across halfway, he will. Neat little triangle football there. Finds Ruud van Nistelrooy on towards Kaka. Kaka gets away from Trent Alexander-Arnold, finds Ruud van Nistelrooy looking back for Kaka. Thiago Silva takes it away. And that is the half-time whistle in what has been a frantic first half of eFootball. 2-1. GuiFera, it is a double by João Cancelo. Of course, he can be deployed in so many different ways within eFootball. Seems to be having a wonderful time down that right-hand side, as you'll see there. Deployed at a right midfield slot there, and it's dovetailing very nicely with Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, and you'll see the ideas or the potential looking at substitutions. It's a 3-5-2 formation, which we know it can be incredibly aggressive, but it has its very big plus points in terms of packing midfield, in terms of keeping hold of the ball. If you're a player who likes possession, 3-5-2 is certainly a way to go. Second half will kick off here. It will be Indominator from left to right in the black, and it will be GuiFera from right to left in the red. There's Messi though, and nicks it away very quickly off the kick-off. It's João Cancelo, digs the ball in towards the back post, looking for Mbappe. It's cleared away. As we will hasten to remind you, it is the best of 3. So if you come away with a victory in the first game, that second game starts to look a little bit more comfortable. You may look to maybe experiment, but of course at this part of the competition, you might not necessarily do that, as Mbappe tries to get in, and Davids will clear it away. Of course, as we all know, these guys have been playing games, or have been playing games against the rest of the field of 16 that's now been whittled down to the last 4. Gullit looking to launch an attack here for Indominator. Ball goes towards Van Nistelrooy. Rijkaard on towards Kaka. What can he do? Can't get the ball past Trent Alexander-Arnold is what he can do, and the ball is cleared away. Pedri short in stature, not winning it in midfield. Instead it's Messi looking for Van Nistelrooy. Deflection! And it's ran out of play for a corner. Oh, it's actually a goal kick the referee's given there. Interesting decision by the referee. Even caught me off guard. And you'll see the brain ticking over here from GuiFera. We are, of course, watching it from his perspective. You'll see that Erling Haaland, who is a premier super sub within eFootball, coming onto the field. And, of course, you can see there as well a legend within eFootball and world football in Ricardo Kaka. And, of course, GuiFera may be looking to use his countrymen to great effect here, especially off the bench.
Number 2.
But it will be Indominator's kick.
Number 20.
Indominator punts it forward. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. It was GuiFera's kick that punted it forward. Instead, it's Indominator who's recovered it. There's Thiago Silva. Nesta. Ball goes forward again. Indominator trying to play his way through the lines. They're just not quite finding that killer instinct and that killer pass. Instead, it's a crossfield ball for GuiFera. Neymar to Kaka. Kaka into Haaland. Haaland to Neymar. Neymar goes to the stunning cross. Ball is cleared away. Cruyff forward to Messi. Ball is cleared again by Trent Alexander-Arnold. João Cancelo turns away from his defender. On a hat-trick, João Cancelo. Very rarely you'll say that within commentary. Here is Cancelo. GuiFera just trying to work that ball in tight spaces, and instead he's gifted the ball back here. It's a very unlike Indominator type of performance. You know, he normally likes to control the ball and likes to control play and really take the game away for his opponent. Instead, he's tried to go blow for blow here with GuiFera. Here's Kaka. Messi tries to turn one around the corner for Cancelo. It's been a thorn in Indominator's side here. Messi to Cancelo. Cancelo launches one into the back post. Neymar on the volley. Big save. Manual goalkeeping save there from Indominator had to be made. And it is a corner with 20 in-game minutes left on the clock here. Again, really well worked move there by GuiFera. And that a pull up there I can see for Ruud Gullit. Maybe a slight question mark there for Indominator. May need to take a look at potentially taking him off the field. And Son Heung-min has been called into action here for GuiFera. And we've seen throughout the competition just how important these substitutes can be. As we'll see, João Cancelo finally make way. He's done his damage. He's done his job in the eyes of GuiFera. And it's Karl-Heinz Rummenigge on to the field. 20 in-game minutes left here, plus whatever the referee decides to add. Of course, this kind of magical period, anywhere between 65 and 70 minutes, is perilously important to being successful within eFootball. Ball going in towards Erling Haaland. Haaland trying to win the header. Ball has bounced down. It's found Mason Mount. It's found Zico. Here's Messi. Messi turns in towards Mason Mount. Mount looking to quickly move that ball on. Instead, Son will play it back to Peter Schmeichel, who will clear it. Anywhere will do for the Great Dane. Not quite where he wanted it to be, though. He would have preferred to have found one of his teammates. Instead, he's found touch. Ball, though, is cleared concisely by Thiago Silva. Haaland looking to win the header back. Is Barella. Forward towards Lionel Messi, who is onside here. Messi turns, looks to try and deliver a ball into the back post. And it looks as though it will be cleared away once more. But again, it's not convincing. Here's Zico. Zico looking for runners, and they wanted to play that pass. They played a little bit too late, and instead allowed GuiFera's defence to form up there. And ball looks to try and run kindly there as Kaka, well, judged to be tackled or tackle too ferociously. Ball was played quickly from the free kick. It's Haaland in towards Rummenigge. Is he onside? He is. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. It had to be made. That could have been the real last nail in the coffin for game one there from GuiFera. And instead, it's now Indominator back on the charge here. Nesta goes back towards Schmeichel. Looks to be blocked off, and it will go out again for an Indominator throwing. 10 in-game minutes left here. Will we see an equaliser before regulation, or will game one go to GuiFera? You've got to feel that those are the two real scenarios here. And I've seen some comebacks within eFootball. 2 goals a 2-goal swing here for Indominator in the latter stages would be very, very unlikely for him to take a lead. You'd hope and think that he would be looking potentially to look at a draw if he can, but this clock will not stop ticking. Nesta. Sergio Ramos. Nesta going forward again, but instead of giving the ball away, it skipped almost a couple of phases there. Such is the urgency to get the ball forward. Rummenigge in towards Kaka. Kaka, can he finish this game off? Haaland to Son. Deflected wide, corner ball. And you've got to think, if you're Indominator, you've got to go at it now. There's only 3 in-game minutes left here. As you'll see, the defensive capabilities or the defensive call, certainly you can see, even if you don't have the audio of what GuiFera is thinking, sometimes a picture speaks louder than any words could. As we'll see, that defensive wall looked to just be built. As you can see, as many people back as humanly possible, or at least as the game would allow. Of course, the game will restrict you in certain regards in terms of how many players you can put into certain positions. As you can see there, though, everybody is on defensive duties. And you can see obviously on the flip side there, you can see only 2 defenders back there for Indominator. He'll be looking to push people forward.
Substitution for Austria.
Of course, the ball is sat here with GuiFera. He's trying to just eke out some time here.
Number 6.
And of course, when the ball is out of play, it does tick. But it doesn't tick at the same rate that it would if the ball is in play. Now that clock starts to run. And Indominator, in his urgency to try and get the ball, instead has given up the foul. It's not what you want if you're Indominator, to give the ball away or give time away to GuiFera to make changes and to make decisions that will impact this game. Of course, if it does stay this way, it means GuiFera takes a 1-0 lead in the series. And ultimately, that will put him on the hill to potentially end up in the final of the Saudi eFootball Rumble. Son stood over the ball. What is he going to do with it here? He'll try and put the ball into the box, looking for Haaland. It will run clear, and it's GuiFera's ball again here. Not long left. Trent Alexander-Arnold to Kaka. He's got to look to maybe eke out the time here, GuiFera. Again, it's what you would see in regular football. It's not quite pretty, but it will do. And sometimes you have to win ugly. And it feels like that's what we've seen here. Got a goal to get back in the lead. There's not really been that many chances to speak of in this second half. But you would say on the balance of play, slightly edged it. But you can see his game management's kicked well into gear here, but there is not enough time on the clock. And there is the final whistle. Welcome back to game number 2 between GuiFera and Indominator as part of the Saudi eFootball Rumble. We are back for game number 2. As you saw briefly just moments ago, you will have seen GuiFera come out a 2-1 victor in game number 1, meaning if he takes this game off of Indominator, of course we are in a best of 3 scenario, he will book himself a place in the Saudi eFootball Rumble final. And of course, Indominator will need to find and summon spirit and fight to get himself back into this tie. Of course, he will know the prospect ahead of him. But of course, we know both of these players very, very well. Again, world-renowned. Both of these players, of course, GuiFera, a former world champion within Pro Evolution Soccer. Indominator, again, has been there and done it all in terms of his co-op abilities in terms of his singles abilities and his national abilities, of course, representing the Netherlands and representing Arsenal at club level. And as we see here, again, it will be GuiFera from left to right in the red, and it will be Indominator in the black from right to left. And we'll see there who will come out on top in this game as João Cancelo looks to get this ball forward early. And Cava crosses it over to Cruyff, heads it down to Messi. Messi back towards Cava, goes to controlled strike, and Schmeichel will come up with the save. And a more positive start. But again, he knows that he will need to get the first goal, set the tempo early and set the agenda quickly. Otherwise, GuiFera may just grow into this game, maybe take it by the scruff of its neck. And again, it will only take him one opportunity, you feel, with GuiFera. He's a very clinical player and won't need too many invitations on goal as Beckenbauer launches that ball forward. And he's goaled up by the goalkeeper into Stegen. He will launch that forward again. Beckenbauer heads it on. Pedri. Cancelo. And the line it is to Lionel Messi. Messi has to dance down that right hand side. Looks to loft the ball over. Ball is up towards Cancelo. Messi is challenging. He's combative in the air. You'll give him that. Ball goes forward. In towards Cruyff. Looking for Messi. Messi to Barella. And the ball is dispossessed by Cancelo. It's a good job by him. Here's Pedri. Cancelo. On to Messi. Lets it run through his legs. Messi dances back in field. Finds João Cancelo. Cancelo stops himself. Crosses the ball in. It's Neymar on the volley. Good save for the goalkeeper. And Cancelo nearly mopped that one up there. And Indominator's going to have to be careful here. He will look to try and get that first goal, as we said. Again, every attack that GuiFera has, it just provides more and more danger for the Dutchman. And you have to have his wits about him. And he'll need to convert chances that he gets down the other end of the field. Here's Cruyff looking infield. Thiago Silva will eventually scramble that one away. Here's Messi. Going towards Cancelo. Pedri. Back to Cancelo. Goes cross-field, does GuiFera. Maybe has found a little kind of vulnerability in the armour there. For Indominator just to go cross-field. The ball is dispossessed, but it's Neymar who wins it back. Here's Vieira to Pedri. Pedri to Messi. Messi looking forward there. Looking for Mbappe. Goes up against Sergio Ramos. It's cleared away. Edgar Davids will get that to Nesto. Finds João Cancelo. Will we have our first finalist of the Saudi eFootball Rumble, or will we go to a game 3? We are 30 minutes into the game, and we are no closer to finding out the answer to that question. Here's Cava. Forward towards Van Nistelrooy, and Trent Alexander-Arnold will clear that one away. João Cancelo puts that forward. Messi. Mbappe. Again, Indominator's defensive work proving vital here. Van Nistelrooy across the way to Cruyff. Cruyff looking infield, but runs out of real estate. It'll go for a goal kick. Ball bounces down in midfield. It's going to be recovered by Indominator. Looks for Van Nistelrooy, and Trent Alexander-Arnold will clear it away for GuiFera. Trent Alexander-Arnold chips it forward again. It's going to be recovered by Pedri, high upfield. Messi. Neymar. Neymar has Mbappe in the middle if he wants to use him. He finds Lionel Messi instead. Double touch, takes it round. Beautiful controlled strike. And GuiFera finds the net. With 1-0 for the Brazilian. And that is surely an advantage point for GuiFera. 1 goal up now to match the 1 game up. And that could be big trouble for Indominator. Unless he can find a response here. Pedri clears it. Mbappe up to Messi. Messi to Neymar. Neymar gets away from his defender. Finds Mbappe. Neat little air flick there. Finds Pedri to Messi. GuiFera growing with each passing moment in the game. Brilliant interception by Patrick Vieira. There's Pedri. Neat turn. Tries to flick it forward to Messi, but he's cleared away. You can kind of see the thought process of GuiFera in terms of using João Cancelo at right midfield. Although he's an attacking threat, he certainly provides a little bit more defensive cover. Especially he's a lot more robust in winning the ball back. And as half-time comes by, there's no extra time given, or no injury time given. And that is the half-time whistle. It is GuiFera 1, Indominator 0. And we go into the half with not a lot of chances, but of the one that was there, the one that was vital, was the goal from GuiFera. Again, if you are just looking on it, or if you are just trying to figure out who is who, just to clarify once more, Indominator is left to right in the black, and GuiFera is right to left here, as you'll see the ball trying to get through my Indominator's attackers, but instead it's GuiFera's defenders that will bring it clear. Of course, these guys playing for an opportunity to get into the first ever Saudi eFootball Rumble final. Of course, as we've mentioned already, there is a $3,000 prize pool for these guys, so it's not too bad for just sitting around and playing on a console. And of course, these guys, it's more than that. It's pride and it's passion, and it's a little bit of bragging rights, especially with the likes of GuiFera and Indominator. You would imagine that they probably mix in the same circles in terms of competitions that they've played against one another and will know each other very well. There will be a little bit of bragging rights here if GuiFera can see this one over the line. Here's Van Nistelrooy to Cava. Double touch inside by Cava. Puts the jets on, tries to square it across, and Vieira will clear it away only as far as Cruyff. Cruyff to Davids, hits the strike, and it's into Schmeichel's hands. Schmeichel up towards Mbappe. GuiFera looking to try and catch hold of this game. As we see, 60 minutes nearly on the clock here, and this game's going very, very quickly indeed. Both in time and in the way the ball is moving across field. Here is Nesta to Davids.
The attendance for this match was 72,000.
Vieira intercepts it, finds it out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. GuiFera again will know the importance of that one goal lead. Again, whether you lead by 1 or you lead by 10, you will lead all the same. The goalkeeper's fumbled the bag there a little bit. Mbappe's kept it in. But he will know that a goal lead is as good as anything at this point in time, but it is a very delicate lead. It will only take one opportunity from the likes of somebody of Indominator's calibre to potentially get a goal back. Here is Van Nistelrooy in towards Messi. Messi going for the control strike. Schmeichel with the save. And again, Schmeichel looking to just trying to eke out the time a little bit here. Here's Barella, Indominator trying to find a way. Here's Barella. Tries to dink the ball around the corner. And instead, Trent Alexander-Arnold will lead it away here. So there's 20 in-game minutes left here for GuiFera to hold on or potentially build on his lead. Or Indominator as well, of course, needs to find an equaliser at the very least to try and take this to extra time. Is Messi. Van Nistelrooy gets away from the player, and it's a really good challenge from GuiFera. You can see here the ball just keeps getting cleared away and cleared away and cleared away. It's a staple of GuiFera's play here is to just get the ball clear. Instead it will find it to Lionel Messi. Can he look to potentially get a strike on goal here? It's a good save from the goalkeeper. It's a really good driven cross. And it will be Pedri to try and formulate something here. It's a neat reverse ball into Cancelo. Cancelo stops himself, tries to play it across the box. Instead he finds Neymar, and I'm pretty sure that is not who GuiFera was looking to play to. Luckily there is no damage done. Here's Mbappe. Mbappe stops himself. Neymar trying to get the stunning cross in. Instead it's Cruyff that will lead it away. This clock is ticking down here for Indominator. There is not long left here Ball goes clear and it's out of play, and he gifts the ball back to Indominator. But as we said in game one, very out of sorts performance from Indominator. You don't normally look at this style of play that you'll see on your screen and kind of maybe marry that up to Indominator. It's normally ball retention, it's keeping hold of the ball and starving your opponent. Instead, it looks like he's just tried to go blow for blow here with GuiFera and has kind of come up a little bit short as it stands. As we'll see the little changes coming in here. I say little, there's 4 changes there. As you'll see them all come onto the pitch here. There is not long left here. Will GuiFera see himself through? Or will Indominator find some magic? Rijkaard in towards Haaland. Haaland across the way to Kaka. Neat take from Kaka. Tries to play the pass in. Instead, Son will clear. Again, it's gifting the ball back here. Indominator. It's high up the field as well. Need to do something a little bit creative here. Ball goes back. Joshua Kimmich. Messi gets away from his marker. Lionel Messi deflected. Corner ball. You'd have to feel that was close. No cigar. He has got a corner here though as Indominator. What can he produce? We've seen plenty of different things from corners. Haaland will look to flick that on. Kaka will clear that away only as far as Frank Rijkaard, who will look to chip it into danger. It's ricocheted off of Haaland. Schmeichel will come out and claim it, and the clock will keep running here. You should see the bottom of your screen as well, of course. GuiFera on all-out defensive, which means that all players will be looking to just defensively stifle that football. Here's Haaland. All in field. It's Haaland again. It's Hullet. Hullet with the dummy. Tries to play into Haaland. Haaland, can he get it out of his feet? It's cleared.
1 minute added time.
It's gone out for a corner. We are into the 1 minute of added on time here. This has got to be last rolls of the dice, surely. Ball goes into the box. It's an air flick. It's a good save from the keeper. Nedved kicks the air in frustration. He knows the opportunity was there. There's a big save from Peter Schmeichel. I see GuiFera trying to empty out his box a little bit here. Ball goes into the box. The ball is cleared back the way it came. There's not long left here. And that is Nestor to clear the ball. And there is the final whistle. GuiFera makes his way through to the Saudi eFootball Rumble final. Takes the second game 1-0. Again, it wasn't pretty, but he got the job done. We will see you guys again next time.
And a quick reminder.